La La Land has a basketball team named the Lakers, and we've given the Lakers quite a bit of grief. We've talked about LeBron James. We've talked about him surrounding himself with his friends. We've talked about Westbrook, Anthony, AD, who's been out for the last 17 games, a guy named Anthony Davis, who was supposed to combine with LeBron to make two of the big three. Then bringing in Westbrook, we've got three of the big three. Bring in Anthony, we've got three of the big 20, and we are good to go. Well, the Lakers this year are a 500 team. We had a wait to see about the Lakers just a few days ago. Well, word came out that their coach, Frank Vogel, is on the hot seat. He is day to day. They did a Matt Nagy on him. Do you remember the coach of the Bears who before a game in the middle of the season, there was a rumor that he was going to be fired after the next game, and then he won the next game and wasn't fired, even though he said he wasn't going to be fired because the Bears don't fire people during the season. And then after the season, he was fired, and we had to wait to see about Nagy not coaching in 2022. And then I told you he did coach in 2022, but it was the regular season of 2021, so it really was a win in the wait to see. You remember all that? Well, Frank Vogel was basically told, you better win some games, and I mean now. So they play the Utah Jazz, and they win a game. They were underdogs at home against the Utah Jazz, and they ended up winning the game, and Frank Vogel is still the coach. So my question is this. What is the benefit to the on-field performance of your team by making your coach day-to-day? In baseball, I went through this. I would think about mid-season firings. I would think about all the ones we did. I would think about how, when it leaks out to the clubhouse that we are looking at a managerial change, I would say to the owner, it's now or never. Because even in a 162-game season, where each game means half as much as an NBA game where there are 81 games. That's good math, isn't it? My brain is fully functioning at level 2. Wordle. I'm not willing to even give up a baseball game because of the distraction of players thinking, oh God, my sphincter is so small because I really like my manager, and if we don't pitch well and win today, they're going to fire him. Some owners think and some presidents think it's really good. It gets the players motivated. They want to save their coach's job. I have a secret, and it's not deodorant. The secret is that every time you read players talk about their coach, they say, oh, he can't play the games for us. Oh, I really appreciate the work he did and the effort they put in. But at the end of the day, we've got to be able to perform on the field, and that's on me. Players always say that. Do you know whether or not LeBron James cares if Frank Vogel is the coach today versus tomorrow? Because that's the only question worth asking. Frank Vogel is not going to be fired by Rob Spelunka. That's not his name. Kurt Rambis is one of the top executives, former Laker. Loved him as a Knick. If you don't remember his Superman glasses as a Knick, you're just young. You think that they're going to fire the coach Vogel without speaking to LeBron? When LeBron is the one making personnel decisions, you don't think he's making coaching decisions? You think that they're going to go down, fire Vogel, then walk over to the clubhouse and say, by the way, LeBron, we just made a coaching change. Oh, you did? Who's my new coach? We're going to bring Kurt Rambis down from the executive office. Horse hockey. Is that how it's going to work? If Frank Vogel is day-to-day for the Lakers, it just means that LeBron's phone is on silent. You don't give a player personnel authority without giving him coaching authority. It would make no sense. You need a coach brought in who can get the most out of the personalities that the player wanted on the team. And if the players are not playing well, you know very well that it's LeBron's fault. So then do you make Vogel the scapegoat? Are you helping the Lakers win more games by saying he's got to win or else we may let him go? We would wait when we made a decision on whether to fire a coach, we would wait for a loss. It's not fun to fire a coach after a win. It doesn't seem nice, does it? You wait for a loss and then fire him and say, oh, we needed to get that game. If you were going to fire Matt Nagy during the season and he wins a game, it shouldn't matter. Fire him. If you were going to wait till the end of the season, then don't even get that rumor out there. If Frank Vogel is really day-to-day and he's got to win the rest of his games, then I promise you his days are going to run out. You think there's going to be a change all of a sudden in their game against the Pacers tonight? They're going to come out on fire. All of a sudden, LeBron and Carmelo Anthony. Anthony. LeBron, by the way, he's been playing great, but they're going to be cohesive. Westbrook's not going to have any turnovers. They're going to win one for the Gipper. GMAB.